The sun rose over Basra in an uneasy silence. The desert wind carried a strange heaviness, as if the earth itself knew what was about to unfold. This wasn't just another battlefield. It was a place where hearts that once prayed together would soon stand on opposite sides. A field where faith, grief and confusion would collide. The murder of Caliph Uthman ibn Affan had torn the Ummah apart. The city of Medina was drowning in sorrow, its people caught between outrage and despair. And in that chaos, the weight of leadership fell upon Ali ibn Abi Talib, the cousin of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, the man who grew up in his care, learned from his wisdom, and fought by his side in every great battle of Islam. When Ali accepted the caliphate, he didn't see it as power. He saw it as a sacred responsibility to restore justice, bring peace, and heal the wounds of the believers. But peace was a distant dream. The killers of Uthman were still unpunished, and every heart that loved him cried out for justice. The air was thick with confusion and mistrust. In Makkah, the mother of the believers, Aisha, was preparing to return from her journey when the devastating news reached her. She wept for Uthman, a companion, a friend, and a man of immense faith. The thought that his murderers roamed free shattered her heart. She couldn't bear to see the Ummah divided, its unity slipping away. Determined to seek justice and clarity, Aisha was joined by two of the Prophet's closest companions, Talha ibn Ubaidullah and Zubair ibn al-Awam. Both were among the earliest Muslims. Both had fought at Badr and Uhud, and both were men of honor. They shared Aisha's pain and her desire to bring peace through accountability. Their intention was pure, but history is often shaped not just by intention, but by circumstance. As their caravan moved toward Basra, rumors began to spread, twisted whispers claiming that Aisha, Talha, and Zubair were marching against Ali. The same whispers reached Ali, carried by those who thrived on chaos. When Ali heard this, his heart ached. How could it be that the mother of the believers, the wife of the Prophet, and two of his dearest companions were being portrayed as rebels? He knew they were not enemies. He knew they wanted what he wanted: peace, justice, and stability. Ali gathered his men and set out toward Basra, not to fight, but to talk, to reason, to stop the flood before it swept the Ummah away. When both groups finally camped near Basra, the air was tense yet hopeful. That night, emissaries moved between the camps, carrying messages of reconciliation. Many companions met secretly, embracing through tears, begging each other not to let the situation end in blood. And for a moment, it seemed peace would prevail. An agreement was almost reached. Both sides agreed to bring the killers of Uthman to justice together. The dawn of reconciliation was near. But as the night faded, the shadows of betrayal crept in. Among the ranks were the very rebels who had murdered Uthman. They knew that peace between Ali and Aisha would expose them. And so, before the sun rose, they struck in the dark. Attacking both sides at once, they ignited chaos. Panic spread through the camps. Each group thought the other had broken the truce. The cries of confusion turned into the screams of battle. Swords were drawn. Dust filled the sky. The sound of metal meeting metal echoed like thunder across Basra. It was a nightmare. Believers fighting believers, brothers against brothers. Men who had once prayed shoulder to shoulder in the mosque of the Prophet, now facing each other on the battlefield. The pain of it was unbearable. In the midst of the chaos, Aisha stood upon a camel, commanding calm, pleading for reason. Her voice carried across the field, urging the Muslims to stop, to remember who they were. Around her, loyal protectors fought fiercely to shield her, refusing to let harm come to the mother of the believers. When news reached Ali that Aisha was in the middle of the fighting, his heart sank. He immediately ordered his men, "Protect her. Do not let harm touch her. Do not strike anyone who lowers his weapon." His mission was not victory. It was to end the bloodshed. As the sun began to set, the battle slowed, the dust settled. What remained was devastation. Thousands of Muslims, those who had fought at Badr, Uhud and beyond, lay lifeless. The battlefield was silent, save for the sound of weeping. Ali walked among the fallen, his eyes heavy with sorrow. This was not the victory of Islam. This was the test of its heart. When he reached Aisha, she was shaken but safe. In a moment that will forever echo through history, Ali went to her, gently spoke to her, and ensured her safety. He treated her not as an opponent, but as a mother, with the respect and compassion she deserved. He arranged for her safe return to Medina, sending her off with an escort of honor. Their farewell was filled with tears, not anger. Both knew the tragedy that had unfolded was not born of hatred, but of misunderstanding, a storm neither could stop. In later years, Aisha would speak of Ali with reverence. She would pray for him and acknowledge his right to lead. The pain of the Battle of the Camel would remain a scar in the memory of the Ummah, but also a reminder that even the best among us can disagree, and that unity demands forgiveness. The Battle of the Camel was not a war of enemies. It was a war of hearts, hearts torn by loyalty, love, and grief. It stands as one of the greatest lessons in history, that when emotions overpower understanding, even truth can become blurred. But from that darkness, Ali emerged as a symbol of patience, mercy, and leadership rooted in principle. He did not seek revenge. He did not gloat. He forgave. And in forgiveness, he taught us the truest form of strength. For those who listen to this story today, it is not just history. It is a mirror, a reflection of how misunderstanding can divide even the strongest of bonds, and how only compassion can heal what anger destroys. And if this story moved your heart, if you believe such lessons from our golden history must be told, then share this story. Subscribe to this channel. Let's keep these stories alive, not as battles of the past, but as guides for the future. Thank you for watching.